Today we're going to see a topic in Python, especially list. So first of all, tell me, what is Python programming? So we all know that Python programming is an interactive programming language. It's work in both the modes. One is script mode, another one is interactive mode. So interactive mode in sense, it work like that's line by line, we'll compile the program and we'll check for the error. In script mode, as like a compiler, we can type the program and we can save with .py extension and we can run the program as a whole. So it work like a module, it work line by line. So if one line got error, the interactive mode then and there says each by line the error will be displayed. So script mode, the simple applications we can do in interactive mode, whereas in script mode we can do main projects like Python programming, we can do it. So in this we'll specifically see the list. So as per the Python concern, so we need to discuss and which is more important. So Python programming was introduced in the year 1981 by Guido van Rossum. So he developed this program and he just introduced a ordinary Python version 1. Now we are all working in the version of 3 point something, 3 point extension we are doing. So in this Python, we will be categorizing as looping, conditional statement and function. So we need to concentrate these 3 topics which is more important in Python. So Python, as per the Python concern, programming concern, so we need to concentrate first a conditional statement. In this, if else, then cascading if else statement, then simple if. These are all the topics we have to cover under conditional statement. Then next topic is looping. Next important topic is a looping statement. In this, we'll be going to look for loop and while loop. Then another important topic in Python is functions and recursion. These are all the main areas we need to concentrate in Python. So these 3, if you concentrate, then definitely we can able to do a simple level projects in Python. That is conditional statement. In this it starts with simple if else, then cascading if else condition. Then looping statement, for and while. And in functions and recursion, we need to see some part. So I will tell you first conditional statement. So in conditional statement, if else. So before going to if else, we need to concentrate on simple if. So how you will be getting the input in Python? Simply in Python, we can get the input directly without introducing any data type, because Python itself, it's no stringent rule. So its syntax is very simple. We can declare the variable and we can use it for our application. No need to define the variable with the help of data type. Without data type, we can introduce the variables. I get an input from the user, but without introducing the data type. So here the thing is concerned. So all the input what we are giving in Python will be considered as string. So we need to consider that string as a integer. So simply if you get an input, simply if you are getting an input from the user, if you write like this, all the input what you are giving will be considered as string. It will be converted as a string. But if you are giving as an input input of, then the string is converted into integer. So the input will be getting in terms of integer format. So this is what. So a simple if. In the simple if, If is always works for true condition. Whatever the statement gives in if, it will works as true. If true, if of 1, then it says true condition. If it fails, once again we have to go for else part. So n equal to int of input of. I have got an input from the user, then I just give n equal to 0, then print it is positive. Simple statement. So if n is equal to 0, then it prints as positive. Just I want to check it for positive or negative condition. But here only one input will works, that is a true condition alone will works. If it you are giving as a -1, it will not work. So we have to go for else part. Else print whatever the inputs give apart from, that is we can say as greater than or equal to 0. If the input is 0 as well as greater than 0, then it will be prints as positive. All the other things will be considered as negative. So the value we are giving less than 0, it will be considered as obviously negative. So this is what a simple if statement. I will also explain a simple for loop statement. So before getting into a list, we need to concentrate these topics, which is more important. So if you are getting into a list part, tuple, dictionary, we have to know all these three topics in Python. That is conditional statement, looping statement, as well as functions. So for loop. First one, in the looping. So if I want to give an iterating value. So I want to print a value from 1 to 10. So then it has to be correlatively increment the value. So what we have to do, we have to use with looping statement. In either of the case, whether we can use while loop or for loop. So simply I can do is int of input of. I want to print the value from 1 to 10. How we can do? So I can get user input from the user. So that is size. N is always meant for size. So the user can get the size as n. So I am going to work with for loop. So n equal to int of input of. Then what else I can do? For I in range 0, n. Then print I. So I in range 0, n. So in for, the special function in Python is a range function. The range function will says it contains with 3 parameters. Range function contains 3 parameters. That is, first one is starting value, next one is ending value, the third one is steps. Here I gave just 2 parameters. One is starting, another one is ending. If third value I give means comma, then it will consider as steps. For example, range I am just given, the value has to be starts with 0 and the value has to be end with n. So always in range function, the function will works like 0, n means it work like 0 less than n. So 0 less than n, that means the value starts with 0 and it ends with n minus 1. So I have given n. For example, I got an input from the user is 5. So the value reads from here is 0, 5. Then 0, 5 means what will be the thing you have to consider? Then 0 less than 5. It will be taken like this. Then the value will be read from 0 to 4. That is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So totally 5. If I want to print the value up to 5 means here you have to give the value as 6 because less than 1. The starting value is 0 and the ending value is n minus 1. That is the functionality of range function. It is specially used in for. That is only in for loop alone this range function is used. So the range function is that it has 3 parameters. One is starting value, another one is ending value, another one is steps. For example, I just print I have given the print from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I want to get a print in even numbers 2, 4, then if it is 5 means up to 4 I have to print. So what you will do? So you have to give comma 2. The value difference is 2, 2, 2. Then it will print as starting value I given as 0, then it will starts with 1, then it starts with 3, then it starts with 5. The difference of number is 2. Likewise, it will print. If the difference here I given as 3 means starting value of 0. So 0, 1, 2, then 3, 2, 3, then 4 it will print. So this is the 5 it will print. So likewise, the range function will work. So similarly, the while loop will works like this. So before getting into the list, so I have told you what is conditional statement as well as what is looping statement. Similarly, I'll also tell you what is function. So function is nothing but the Python function, you have to give a keyword as def, that is define. What is the function name you want to give? Function name is add. For example, I am just going to add 2 numbers using this function value. So before that, we have to write the function definition in the first part, and second, we have to write the main part of the program. So as per the Python function is concerned, this function is categorized function, you all know that. So entire